आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक् प्राणश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्या मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Do you have any doubts based on last discussion?
No doubts regarding this.
So last satsang we discussed Guru's advice to the student who had misunderstanding about knowledge. What knowledge? Knowledge about his real nature. The student had misunderstanding. So Guru advised him to undertake further manana, sadhana, so that he will have samyak jnana, right knowledge. What did the disciple do after hearing this Guru's advice? He undertook manana. And then he came back and sincerely reported to his Guru about the fruit of his manana. So he expressed that he has right knowledge now. Manye viditam, he said. Manye viditam. Did Guru stop there? No. He asked him to describe about the nature of knowledge. With which he is now content. He is now content. He feels that he has right knowledge now. So Guru asked to explain. So Guru Upanishad is there. And the disciple's self-effort, Swaprayatnam also is there. They both are needed for the fulfillment of comprehension. If the disciple puts forth effort, serious effort on his own, based on his imagination, it won't be fruitful. Or once in a while he will come to the teacher and he will hear Upadesha and he will go away without working on that Upadesha or owning up that knowledge. Then also it has no use. There will be some use for any action you do, there will be use. But there won't be fruitfulness. Fulfillment will not be there. The samyak jnana will not be there. The samyak jnana both needs to come together. This is only called Atma Vidya, Sampradaya. So the Atma Vidya, Sampradaya, it is protected. Parirakshana happens because of the disciple who is earnest to get right knowledge. So he hears, and if Guru says that is not the right knowledge, he will take it positively. Then he will take his instructions, work on it, and then he will again come back. Not that he will disappear and find one more Guru. He will again come back and share his understanding with this Guru. That's what is happening here. So disciples reply, and Guru said, tell about your experience. What is your right knowledge that you said now that you have? And he replied, that is the mantra, second mantra, which we discussed briefly morning. Do you understand what the disciple described? Then tell what you understood.
Second mantra. उसने कहा, शिष्य ने रिपोर्ट किया गुरु को कि ब्राह्मण ऐसा नहीं है कि वो अननोन है, मैं नहीं जानता हूँ, मैं जानता हूँ ऐसा भी नहीं है, और नहीं जानता हूँ ऐसा भी नहीं है। तो ये जो मेरा ऐसे जो स्टेटमेंट है, जो ब्राह्मण नोन और अननोन, नोन भी नहीं है, अननोन भी नहीं है, ये जो मेरा स्टेटमेंट है, तो मेरे साथ जो लोग बैठे हुए हैं, जो इसको समझ गया वो ब्राह्मण को जान गया।
Good. I do not know and I know. So that means you told exactly what he said. Where is your contribution to it? I do not know means I do not know it objectively. Yes? Okay. I know it means I know it subjectively. Not
Yeah,
that I know subjectively that I am this body mind apparatus.
इसको इस तरह भी सोच सकते हैं महाराज कि ब्राह्मण है, इतना वो कंफर्म है। अब वो जो उसको ज्ञान देने वाला है बोला कि देखो ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं है, लेकिन है, ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं है, तो ऑटोमेटिकली फॉल डाउन टू, माने कोई ऐसा ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं है, वो है तो क्या है, वो सब्जेक्ट ही होगा, द नोअर इटसेल्फ कैटेगरी में पड़ेगा।
You should know it subjectively, but again in subjectively, again if he feels, I know subjectively that I am this body mind.
Again it will be.
That is not.
नीति एकमात्र इसका ये है।
So here Virochana also did the same thing. He had subjective understanding that he is body mind. That is not the subjectivity we are encouraging here. Then what we are encouraging? Negate everything that can be negated. And what remains as the unnegatable principle, that is my real nature. And that real nature is there uniformly in all the three states.
मेरा भी आनंद का कारण भी वही था कि ऐसा क्या है, ब्राह्मण सभी बोलते थे, शास्त्र पढ़ते हैं क्या है। तो जब मैं समझा आपके हेल्प से तो मुझे आनंद आया। वो आनंद का कारण क्या था, नहीं जानता था, जान गया। इतने लोग मर रहे हैं उसके लिए, क्या यही था? अरे इतना सीधा है, उसी से मुझे गर्व हुआ कि मैं उसको जान गया, वो आनंद हुआ। तो अननोन था, नोन कैटेगरी में आ गया। लेकिन वो ऐसा नहीं है, वैसा नहीं है, छुपा हुआ था, सामने आया, वो सब ऑब्जेक्टिफाई कर रहा हूँ उसको। इसीलिए नहीं जानता था, फिजिक्स का कुछ नॉलेज था, 1% नहीं पढ़ा था, उसको पढ़ लिया, अच्छा समझ लिया, ज्ञान हो गया, उसका आनंद है। लेकिन फिर भी ऑब्जेक्ट ही है।
Yes.
ऐसे भी नहीं है।
That is important. This recognition is important. As long as it remains at the objective level, then as per the Upanishad in this context, it is not saying that it is right knowledge. It is knowledge, but it is not the right knowledge. Still you need to engage in manna. So you have to negate everything that is objective, and what remains as a subjective experience and which cannot be negated. That is my nature, and it is there in all the three states. This is clear?
Clear. क्योंकि उसको मैं अपने एक्सपीरियंस से ले जा रहा हूँ साथ में। इसीलिए क्लियर।
So that was clear to you, but it was not clear to the colleagues of the student who just now expressed about his experience. So they were unable to follow what he explained to their guru about his knowledge. They are also keen to know, because he said, Yenas tadveda tadveda. Means anyone who understands this interpretation of mind about true knowledge, he has true comprehension that he has emphatically declared. And his classmates, his colleagues, They did not get. So they felt that they are losing something. Because he said, who understood my way of expressing this anubhava, they also have this anubhava, he said. And Guru said, okay. But here there are people who are not able to understand. So they felt they don't have right comprehension. So what did they do? Because Guru also acknowledged. No? Guru acknowledged after hearing this person that that is the right knowledge. So they requested the Guru to explain what is right knowledge. They wanted clarity. So Guru replied that in the next mantra. Third mantra. Yasya matam tasya matam matam yasya na vedasaha avidyatam vijanatam vidyatam avijanatam. In this mantra, Guru is differentiating between knowledge and ignorance. Here, incomplete knowledge or inaccurate knowledge, they are all grouped into one only. What is that? Ignorance. So there is only right knowledge and ignorance. So if you say I have some knowledge or I have a partial glimpse or I have, those all Guru is placing them as ignorance. So that to inspire the student to get to the right knowledge and don't be satisfied with this partial recognition. Why he is doing that? Because this partial recognition or inaccurate or incomplete knowledge, they will not yield the fruit. What is the fruit here? Atyanta dukkha nivrutti, paramananda prapti. Or what the Upanishad is saying here? Yatyasmat loka amruta bhavanti. You have access to the changeless reality. That's what it is said. So if you have, that will happen only with samyak jnana, not with incomplete knowledge. That's why Guru has put all of them into one category called ignorance. So what does this mantra mean? Reality is known to who doesn't know, and it remains unknown to who knows. Yes? It is unknown to one who knows. It is known to whom? To whom it is unknown. What is this? Does not.
Again, this.
That's what Guru said. It looks contradictory. So here, if you put the two words, this will be clear. Reality is unknown. Those who know reality objectively, for them it remains unknown. And to whom it is known? This is clear first. It remains unknown to know those who know objectively. Why this group has assumed the body-mind apparatus to be reality. Then reality is known to those who do not have that sort of objectification of self. That's all. So, what is the difference between both? The first one has fallen short of discrimination between the real and unreal. He started, but he did not complete it. They did not persist with their manana or inquiry till reality alone remained. They are eager. So they did some inquiry and they had some glimpse and they felt that is it and they stopped. They have post-jnana programs. Like Virochana, post-jnana. He immediately wanted to go back and announce to everybody and then do something in his kingdom with this new title that he is an Atmajnani. So in the same way, you will find sadhus. They are eager. They want immediately to build an ashram, then gather all the disciples and make branch after branch ashrams. So they will somehow, they will understand something, go. And anyway, ignorance is there. That ignorance they will contribute to that, and they assume that they are Drodajnani, and they will give interview in the TV and start ashrams. Gone. What happened?
Like Virochana.
Like Virochana, same. Because I am trying to bring Virochana in as close as possible. So there is a possibility for that. So they have fallen short of inquiry. Means they have not persisted with that inquiry till reality alone remained. They are content with the upadhi, limiting agent. That it can be whether body, mind, or some states of mind. They are content with that. Then on the other hand, there was one more group who have samyak jnana. What did they do? They remained committed to manana or vichara till the changeless reality alone remained. They continued. So this changeless reality is not known through the limiting agent, that is upadhi. It cannot be known through that. Then how is it known? It is not known by the mind, senses. Then how is it known? It remains in its own glory as the Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Swarupa Anubhavam, that is only called Swarupa Anubhavam. That is Kevala Prakasha Matra. Beyond objective knowledge and ajnana. Not that there is something there. It is only the dense consciousness alone is there. That's all. It is jnanam, but it is devoid of samshayam, bhranti. None of that sort is there. There are no doshas anymore in it. Do not doubt this path. Why? It is a time-tested one. It has been verified by the experience of many. All the Mahatmas who have come, they all have endorsed that this is the only way if you want real recognition. So you should not wonder why they are always negating whatever I feel as knowledge. That is only out of compassion. They want you to really own up who you really are. So why this knowledge, in spite of so much centuries, it is still having its place high among the sadhus is because it has been time tested by various Mahatmas in saying that this is the right knowledge. It is very much alive and lively as an experience of the true jnanis. So we should not have any doubt and we should pursue. It is presented here in this way only to stress on the importance of continuing manana and yukti to reach true anubhava. You said that first I don't know, now I know I am happy. Yes, good. That should be an inspiration. But we should not be there itself. So we will endorse this, right, that is knowledge. So that you don't become discontent. But further then it opens up to say that still go a little more further. You persist in that inquiry. So if you see a water, it can be either real or it can be unreal. Unreal means what? It is a mirage. So if you look at the water, it can be either real or unreal. And how do you know whether it is real or unreal? Through the yukti. So you will do manana and differentiate the real from the unreal using the yukti you have. And then you will come to the right conclusion. That's what the people do. Same thing here. So if you see water on the Himalayas, you are going from here to Gangotri, then suddenly there is a stream of water. Then what you won't doubt whether it is mirage or it is water. Why? You will immediately look at the hill. Is there any landslide or what? First water is coming here. You will see. Because in this area you don't see village. But then if you go down to the plains and it is very hot day, summer, and everywhere like desert it is, and then you are going and there is water, then you will doubt whether it is. Then what will you do? It is water, you will not say. No? You will see whether it is really water. You will use your yukti based on the time and the place, and then you will come to firm knowledge. Oh, this is only a mirage. Just because it is my anubhava that I am seeing water and waves there, you won't say that it is water. You will use your yukti. Same here. That yukti, how to differentiate, is given by Upanishad. So you have to use that, differentiate and come to the right knowledge. That is what the teacher demands from you. The jnanam as such, it is without any support, niralambana. It is swayam prakasha. Everything is known through the consciousness. Everything. But consciousness as such is not known through anything else. Okay. Brahmajnani means what? Not one who knows Brahman objectively. He is not a Brahmajnani. Why? Brahman is Swayam Prakasha, self-luminous.
Brahmajnani. Brahmajnani.
Brahmajnani. If you know it as objectively. But who is Brahmajnani? He knows it subjectively. That to be his very Swarupam. Swarupam of the knower it is. What is the difference between Jnani and Ajnani? Brahman is shining without any veil in a knower, in a Jnani. But the same thing is presenting itself through the veil in an Ajnani. Veil means what? Cover. A Brahmajnani doesn't have that. But an Ajnani has it. That's why he is called Ajnani. Because he is still in the realm of this cover, veil. Brahma Anubhavam means Swarupa Sthiti. It remains only when there is cessation of this Bhranti. Bhranti Kalpanas. About what? About Brahma Anubhavam itself. On Brahma Anubhavam itself, if you have imaginations, fanciful imaginations, then that is only called Bhranti. Those all have to be eliminated. How will they get eliminated? Through the light of the scripture and manana. There is no other way. If you look through an example, now you want to have realization of sun. What is sun? So you are born and brought up in Norway, where that light is there for a long time. Then later, you came to a different land and they are all talking about sun. So what is the sun? Because sun as such you may not have seen because it is always cloudy and it is all dull and the light is there, but the very sun you will wonder. So how do you get the sun sakshatkaram? First you should know what is veiling this sun. So what is veiling the sun? Clouds. Clouds. So sun sakshatkara means what? Remove the clouds. Or you wait for them. Remove the clouds means without clouds, whatever that bright luminous object is there, that is sun. First you heard that. And then you waited patiently for the right time. And once the clouds have gone, then you have seen it, that is sun sakshatkara. Yes? So in the same way here. Sun as such is self-luminous. So once the cloud goes, you need not take one big torch and put it. Will you do that? No. You are seeing everything because of its light. Then to see it, what you require? Do you require one more light? No. It will glow so brightly that that light will make you uncomfortable. Yes. You need not again illuminate. In the same way here also. The reality is always Swayam Prakasham and it is Sada Prakasham. Always it is illuminating and it is illuminating by itself. So what we need to do? We only have to eliminate the veil. If the veil is there as mind, and in the mind you felt the mind is see, mind also is conscious, so mind only is conscious. No, that is the veil. So if you have one thought there that is hanging around, that is the veil. You eliminate that thought. So what is there, which is self-revealing, Swayam Prakasham, and it is always there. That is Swarupa. So Vidwan is Swarupastha. Means he remains as the self itself. Avidwan, he imagines various avasthas, bhavanas, and he assumes those as Brahma Anubhava. Because he might have read in the process of his travel in this path, he might have gone through various books, biographies, autobiographies, and so many things. So that all knowledge or that information will create a delusion for him. It will give rise to various imaginations about what is Atmajnana. So that's why we need to come out of all that and get to the true Brahma Anubhava. Brahma and Anubhava are not different. Brahma itself is Anubhava. There cannot be a Brahma like the objects here and you have an Anubhava of it. It is Anubhava Swarupa.
Some say Brahma Bhavam, Brahma Bhavam. Brahma Jnana is not the same thing, it is different. Brahma Bhavam, what is Brahma Bhava?
Bhavana, using the mind, you can have various bhavanas. To negate other bhavanas, you can have bhavana here. But you should clearly know there you are still under the grip of your individuality. Who is initiating all this? So that, where are you deriving your identity there? As a sadhak who is doing Brahma Bhavana. That identity you have to recognize from where you are getting support. So if it is from an individual who is using a medium to again contemplate on Brahma objectively, then that is fine, that is a good sadhana, but that is not the culmination. That's what we are trying to say. You are trying to put away all other thoughts by holding on to this. Fine, but once you are ready, you have to take the leap. You have to get to your true identity of who you really are. That Brahman which you are contemplating using your mind All that, what is that Brahman? Where is that? That Brahman is the one because of whose illumination you are able to do all this. So you are reversing the whole thing. And it is because of its presence all this is happening. Tameva Bhantam
Bhati
Sarvam. Tasya Bhasa
Sarvamidam Vibhati.
Sarvamidam Vibhati. Everything is known because of it. Now what am I doing? I am trying to know it. Then what should I do? Cease. Then it remains. Let's see. What remains is Brahma. That is, it remains further as subjectively as who you really are. Okay. So with Upanishad, what is it trying to do here? It is trying to inspire one through all these mantras, to inspire you to become a muktan and not have imaginations about mukti. It is inspiring you. Come on, get rid of that objectivity and subjectively you recognize it. Why it is saying? Because the activity, worldly activity, for that matter anybody, till they come across this jnana, is brahmatmakam. It is full of delusion. So he is asamyak darshi. Atma darshanam is what? It is a freedom from this Bhranti darshanam. That is Atma darshan. By default, you have this Bhranti darshan. What is that by default the Bhranti darshanam means? You feel you are an individual and you feel everything around you is real by itself. And you are also real. This is called Bhranti darshan. And they are all conscious entities. All these beings are all conscious entities. And all the objects available, they are all real by themselves. This is Bhranti darshan. So here Upanishad is trying you to inspire you to get rid of that Bhranti darshan. Then what is jnanam? To know that there is nothing other than that. Consciousness and existence belongs to the one and the only one reality. If there is an assumption of existence of anything, there what really exists is not that object, is that existence itself, whose real nature is consciousness. So if consciousness is there, anywhere, if your mind is conscious, senses are conscious, it is a consciousness that is conscious. And because of its presence, all these seems to be conscious. And because of its presence, all these seem to exist. And this consciousness and existence are not two, they are one. Got it? This is samyak jnana. So, but what we find usually in the word is asamyak means you don't jnanam. You feel that everything is real by itself. So Upanishad is trying to inspire one to be muktan from this Brahman. Atma darshanam means what? Paramartha anubhavam. Anubhavam of the ultimate. Ultimate means what? Ultimate of what? That which is giving existence to everything that seemed to exist. That which is illumining everything that you are knowing. That only is Paramartha. And knowledge about that means remaining as that. That only is Atma darshan. This is not an invention. Invention means what? It is not there and then you strive and on one fine day you make it happen. That is invention. Then what is this? This is a revelation. You see. It is already there. You have not recognized. That's why Jnanam is so sulabham. You did not do anything here, create anything new. You have to do manana, but you need not create that Atma. It is already there. Only that ignorance way you have to remove, you eliminate it. Is there a way to check if our jnanam is subjective or objective? You should have asked this question. How do we know if it is subjective or objective? Maybe I am assuming it is subjective, right? And then if I go to the Guru, he will tell it is objective. Is there a way where I myself can know whether it is subjective or objective? Yes, there is. What is that? You analyze all the three states.
That is only. I was thinking about that. At last, in deep sleep, the self abides alone.
Correct.
No any objectivity is there. And that is the pramana.
Correct.
That it is the subjective knowledge only. Subjective knowledge only.
Yes, correct. So if you look at dream and waking, both are same. In both there is an individual and there are objects. Both are fully active. So as soon as you wake up, you assume that you are this body and you go on engaging in activity. So earlier you were in your house, now you are in ashram. Earlier you are doing what the world demands, now you are doing what the ashram demands. But the activity is same. So Jagrat means it is activity. Earlier you assumed yourself as son of so and so. Now you are assuming yourself to be disciple of so and so. So now you are assuming yourself to be Swami. Then, if you go to dream, same thing. What is there in Jagrat only is there in dream. What is the difference between both? Only the time. Time duration. The dream appears short. Not in the dream. In waking. When you wake up from the dream, you say that that is dream, silly dream. Why? Because here only 1 minute over, there so many years are over. So that is silly. But in dream, do you feel like that? You feel that is the awakening. So anyway, they both are same. Because in both the places, there is subjectivity and objectivity. Subjectivity means there what? Body and mind notion. And objectivity as the word. So, that is how we live. Then they said do sadhana. Then they told you do mantra japa. Then you are doing mantra japa. Subjectively, you are the person who is interested to do japa. Objectively, the japa is there. Then after some time, do bhajan. Then you are a great bhakta doing bhajan. Then they said no, you have to do here Upanishads. Only then you will know the reality of the deity to whom you are worshipping. They said. Now you are doing Shravanamanam Nividyasana. So who are you now? You are a listener. Then you are a professional manana. Then you are a contemplator. And in all these three things there is subject and there is again object. So now we said that, see, as long as you are within the realm of this subjectivity and objectivity, you can be given only one label. What is that label?
Sadhaka.
You are anyway sadhak since long. You assumed you are a great sadhak and you started all this journey. And here we are saying, even after you do Shravana, Manana, Nividyasana, and in all these things, the these three processes, if you preserve your individuality and if you use various scriptures as objects of entertainment, then what is the label that Upanishad is giving us for you to have?
Ajnani.
Ajnani. Oh, now you have come to know. After all this effort, the title that Upanishad has given me is Ajnani. Now what should I do? Get rid of this Ajnana. You say, oh, okay, I will get rid of this Ajnana. I will get rid of. How?
Yena tejasi tat tyaja.
You should know, na? What is the goal? Like I will tell you, from here, you go to Gangotra. Then you have not gone till now. Then if you keep on going on the hills, and because you don't know, it is a winter, nobody is there. Then you went there, they are all full covered in snow. Then Gangotri has not come, you crossed. You went to Gomukh, you went to Tapovan, you went to Tibet. So how do you know whether that is the thing? Or you climbed some hill and again came back to Harshini. You are back to square one. So we are saying you get rid of objectivity. Yes, I am trying to get rid of objectivity. But I should have something to point out that absolute objectivity and subjectivity less state. Oh, this is it. This is the anubhavam which I want. How do you do? So for that we are saying there is Ishvara out of compassion has given that to you.
Three seats.
Sushupti, it is said.
Why-
Sushupti means
why
here
it is
we are
not-
not saying Sushupti is a sadhana. You sleep and not that. You are using that.
It is real, Maharaj. It is our real nature.
You are using the jnana of that Sushupti Anubhava. Sushupti Anubhava was about the knowledge about that Sushupti Anubhava you have in Jagrat, you are using that here.
So if it is so vivid, Maharaj, it is the self, and no any sadhana is there that I after doing sadhana I could create another Atman is there and these things. It is already vivid. It is our self, and it is also proved by your experience that deep sleep, which is mindless state, you can say anyway, mindless state, there is no object and there is no karta and bhokta there. And that's why we are in full bliss and this peace. Whatever fraction of this second time is there. And why it is not continuing in all the two states?
It is continuing as it is.
If it is really my real nature, and it is so bhavika, this coldness is.
But you are doing mischief. As soon as you wake up, you start your mischief. And you feel it is not there. That is the only thing. You stop your mischief. Sadhana means, Jnana sadhana means you stop that mischief. You are used to this mischief and you will feel that that is disappearing. That is not disappearing. That is there like that only.
Nothing to do. Simply mere.
Nothing to. You have to get rid of this ignorance. You have to get rid of that mischief. So that mischief has become so naisargikam, swabhavikam, sahajam,
complete.
that you are not able to recognize that. So here, where did we stop? Why this Sushupti is important? Because Sushupti is a place where there is no entry for subjectivity, relative subjectivity or objectivity. Then what is there? It is a pure subjective experience. Pure, because there is no subjectivity, objectivity can enter there. If an object is there, that is not deep sleep. That is dream. And what is deep sleep? Where there is no objectivity at all. And there is no relative subjectivity with a name and form. And what is there? What is there is that absolute subjectivity. Or what is there is one without a second. That is our anubhava every day. And we long for it. That is the only state which you feel blissful and peace. Because it is one without a second. So what is it that makes it so attractive is that individuality, that mischief maker is not there. So you are longing to be devoid of mischief. That's why you want to sleep. That is it that is pulling. And now we are saying that
unconsciously we want to just get rid of this mischief.
This individuality. And this whole process of objectification you want to get rid of.
But this thing, upaya, that solution is we are finding outside. With keeping this individuality. That's why.
But you are not able to get through whatever means. So finally you sleep.
The only way is to eliminate this.
Finally you sleep and then you will remain as that. And when you wake up, you completely ignore that you are there as your real nature there. So here we are saying, for manana, you can use this as the pivot, the sushupti anubhava. Means that is the state of where there is no objectivity nor relative subjectivity. Both are not there. Then what is there? What is there is there. Is there? Yes, it is there. Then it knows itself to be one without a second. So that's why I felt that I slept well, because I had jnana and I existed, and then I am one without a second. Okay, now you are doing manana. It is sushupti anyway. What is the point sushupti anyway? By default it is that state. So there is nothing you will gain because of that. But you recognize that what is sushupti? Where? In Jagrata. And now we are saying that is there exactly as that here. Exactly as it is here. Then this objectivity and this subjectivity, this whole thing is superimposed. Now I will do manana. I will negate all objectivity. Objectivity is there as what? As these names and forms. Yes? And if you close your eyes, what is there? Only thoughts. Thoughts of forms. And all these thoughts are holding on to
that
individuality. Okay. And this individuality here, is it conscious by itself?
No.
What is this individuality?
Thought
is mind and senses.
Thought
And senses by themselves, they are inert. Mind, it is inert. And what is it that is illuminating all that? So there is some illuminating principle, which is there, devoid of all these as in Sushupti. And it is there here, illuminating everything. So that I am. And you are remaining as it is. So that itself is consciousness, that is existence, and that is one without a second. One without a second. Now, what is the knowledge you have? What is the knowledge I have? I don't have any knowledge about objectivity. Then you are there or you are in deep sleep? No, I am there. That is it. You don't know anything objectively, but you remain. So that does that mean that I should always remain sitting eyes closed? No. Once you recognize that, then you know that alone is there here. So what is there in Sushupti, that alone is there. On the screen of that, names and forms are appearing. For one you call dream and the other you call Jagrata. So, but if you know that all these names and forms are never different from me, in me they are all existing. That is jnana. Okay?
So like that Mahabharata, Jadabharata story is there.
Mm.
So that king, I'm forgetting his name. He asked Jadabharata, who, what is Brahma?
Mm.
This body is not Brahma. Arey yaar, I'm asking what is Brahman? This mind is not Brahman. What is Brahman? The senses are not Brahman. What is Brahman? That ego is not Brahman. What is Brahman exactly? See, you think yourself.
Yes.
Simple.
Yes, negation. Negation is a cornerstone of the true Advaitic understanding. Negate because you are already that. You stop negation. What you are negating? The mischief that you have addicted to. What is that mischief? Entertaining a sense of relative subject who is active in this object. That's all. Okay? So now you have a way to check if your jnanam is subjective or objective. If it is subjective, then it will be like an awakened deep sleep. Anisha?
So, yes, something like this.
That is it.
Ba.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti